I still remember the exact moment everything shifted. We were at my company's annual gala, the grand ballroom buzzing with laughter, champagne glasses clinking, the warm glow of chandeliers reflecting off polished marble floors. I'd been walking beside her, my hand brushing hers occasionally, smiling because tonight felt right. We were supposed to be celebrating together. Then she said it. "Oh, he's just a friend," she said, laughing lightly, in front of everyone, as if I didn't exist, as of the last 5 years we spent together, every late-night conversation, every quiet Sunday morning in bed, had been some casual acquaintance. My stomach twisted, a cold, sinking weight pressing into my chest. I stopped mid-step, staring at her, trying to force my mind to process what I just heard. Just a friend. I whispered to myself. My own voice sounded alien. The evening blurred after that. I caught myself replaying the moment over and over, searching for an explanation. Was it a joke? A slip of the tongue? But the certainty in her tone left no room for doubt. The signs had been there. I just hadn't wanted to see them. The missed calls I'd brushed off, the texts she deleted before I could read them, the late nights at work, that never quite added up. At first, I questioned myself. Was I being paranoid? Jealous? Overreacting? But the knot of unease in my chest had been growing for months, and now had erupted into the open, cruelly undeniable. I went home that night, silent, haunted. I couldn't sleep. Every memory of us, the quiet dinners, the silly inside jokes, the way she used to rest her head on my shoulder, now fell hollow, tainted. I picked up my phone and, with trembling hands, went through the messages I'd always ignored. That's when I found it. Conversations hidden behind locked apps, phone numbers I didn't recognize, the unmistakable familiarity in the way she spoke to someone else. My heart raced, my hands shook, but a strange clarity came over me. I needed to confront this, not with pleading, not with tears, but with truth. A week later, she invited me to a friend's gathering. I agreed. For some reason I can't explain. Maybe part of me still hoped for an excuse, a reasonable explanation, some human error. The house was crowded, laughter spilling out into the night air. I walked in beside her, calm but with every nerve screaming. Then she did it again. In front of all our mutual friends, she introduced me, not as her husband, but as a friend. My chest tightened so hard I could barely breathe. I felt my hands ball into fists, my mind spinning. And in that moment, I realized the person I loved had been living a secret life in parallel with mine. The world around me narrowed. I looked at her, the woman I'd once trusted with every fragment of my heart, and a part of me wanted to scream, to collapse into tears. But another part, something steadier, fiercer, took over. I smiled just a little, a sharp, controlled smile, and said, "Actually, this is my ex." The room froze. Conversations halted mid-sentence. Eyes darted between us. She blinked, stunned, her color draining. There was no smugness, no denial, just a quiet weight of guilt settling over her like a stone. I could see the justification in her eyes, the rehearsed excuses, the tangled guilt. But nothing could undo the betrayal. I felt a mixture of rage and sorrow, but more than anything, I felt a resolute calm. I no longer needed her validation, her lies, her affection. I had my own truth. That night, I walked away, not with dramatic slamming doors, not with spectacle of rage, but with a quiet, steady step, each one shedding years of misplaced trust. She called later, tears in her voice, pleading, explaining, apologizing, but I had already built the walls I needed. Her words were just shadows now, faint echoes of a life I was done trying to salvage. In the weeks that followed, I sifted through memories that used to bring warmth. I realized how many moments had been staged, how many smiles had been directed elsewhere. And yet, in the ache of betrayal, I also found a kind of freedom. Freedom from deceit, from walking on eggshells, from loving someone who had already chosen another path. I started rebuilding slowly. I spent quiet mornings walking alone, feeling the wind, the sun, listening to my own heartbeat instead of hers. I began reconnecting with friends I'd neglected, discovering parts of myself that had been dulled by trust misplaced. And in that rebuilding, I found strength, a quiet, unyielding resilience that no betrayal could touch again. I don't hate her. I pity the choices she made, the lies she told, the warmth she squandered. But I have learned something invaluable. The truth once faced can set you free, even if it comes wrapped in heartbreak. And I will never, ever allow someone else to call me just a friend when I am everything to myself.